Hi, teacher. Good afternoon.
Hello, can you hear me? No, Audrey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, there you are. Okay, then today we're going to continue working on our program according to our calendar. And we are supposed to be taking our next quiz on Thursday, this Thursday. So we're going to be taking our quiz this Thursday about the second module, Module B. And we'll be making up for the session or the class that we didn't have on Friday. We said Saturday, right? So this Saturday we'll be making up for that class that we didn't have on Friday. This Thursday is our quiz, and then we'll catch up. So is that okay? Any questions before we start today's class?
No, teacher, can you give me 1 second, please?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, all right.
Okay, perfect. So let us start by watching a short video continuing the story of Nick, Talia, and Nick, Talia, and Tony, everybody at Talia's office. Let's see what else we have. So the last video we saw was when the boss, Tony, showed the bank statement to Talia. Let's see.
There you are. Nick, are you going to stop lying to me?
And how are you, Talia? Would you like to have a seat?
No, actually, I prefer to stand.
Okay, whatever. So what prompted this visit?
This, a deposit of $100,000 in your bank account just before the qualifying match.
So?
So that's exactly the amount of money they say you accepted for throwing that game.
It's also the exact amount of money I got for endorsing a new line of athletic shoes.
Oh, really?
Yes, really. They're going to be called Kicks. They're coming out next year. Kicks. They're cooler than your old shoes, more comfortable too, and they're less expensive than they look. Come and get your Kicks.
Great. Can I call your agent to confirm this?
No. My agent for commercial endorsements didn't coordinate this. We parted ways a few months ago.
No agent. What a surprise.
Oh, what can you tell me about the video? What's going on?
Talia went to look for Tony, and Tony was in the gym exercising, and Talia seems like angry, and Tony seems like relaxed and comfortable in the gym. And then Talia shows him a deposit on the bank. Deposit was before the match, and then Tony explains that is because he did like a commercial for shoes, I guess, Talia asks him about the agency or maybe some information about this. And Tony says that like he don't have this type of proof.
He doesn't have this type of proof. Right?
Yeah.
He does. Ok, muy bien, pero todos los demás verbos, súper bien. He calls, or he confronts, he is, he says. So perfect. So yes, Talia wants to know if they can call his agent for commercials, and he says that they have parted ways long ago. They have followed their own ways. Exactly. So Talia says, Nick, are you going to stop lying to me? How does Nick answer?
He says he isn't lying to her.
You sure?
No, he promises to stop lying to her.
You sure? So if he promised that he's going to stop lying to her, that means that he's admitting that he had lied to her in the past. Right? If I say, I promise I'm not going to lie to you anymore, or I promise I will stop lying to you, that means that I have lied to you in the past, but he doesn't admit that he has lied.
Yeah, the third, he starts to talk about something else.
Exactly, because he's like, well, good morning to you too, or something like, how are you? So he basically starts talking about something else.
There you are. Nick, are you going to stop lying to me?
And how are you, Talia? Would you like to have a seat?
And he's like, and how are you, Tanya? Would you like to have a seat? And it's like a way of saying you didn't even say hello, right? Talia started right off saying, are you going to stop lying to me, without even saying like, hey, Nick, how are you? That's why he's like, good. How are you too, right? So he starts talking about something else. According to Nick, why did he receive the money?
He agreed to a business deal.
He agreed to a business deal, exactly. What is the product Nick is endorsing?
Kicks shoes.
Pictures. Now, how does Talia plan to find proof on Nick's story?
She wants to call his agent.
Exactly. He wants to call his agent to check. All right, that's perfect. Okay, we're going to see another video. What happens here?
Talia, this is what happened.
Oh, here it comes, another story.
It was about 10 o'clock one morning. I was having something to drink at this juice bar here.
Excuse me, aren't you Nick Crawford?
Yeah, that's right. Do I know you?
No, not yet, that is. I'm Jackie Baker, VP of Marketing for Kick Shoes. We're a startup company in the athletic clothing space.
Uh-huh.
And I have a very interesting proposition for you.
Keep going. I'm listening.
Why don't we meet tomorrow to discuss it? Let's say 12:30, drop by my office, we can have lunch, and I'll tell you all about it.
She offered me this deal. $100,000 just to endorse a new line of athletic shoes. I agreed to pose with the shoes on, post some stuff online a few times.
That's it.
We talked about the possibility of doing a commercial, but other than that, yeah, that's it. Easy money. Well, so I thought. I still have her business card. You can call her yourself if you like.
Jackie Baker, Kick Shoes.
Okay, and what happens in this video?
Tony tells the story about the deal on this company of shoes. He says that in the morning he meet a stranger woman. This woman is TP company of kick shoes. She says that the company is interested on Tony. Then she book a meet tomorrow. She offers $1,000 for Tony, and then and then Tony shows the card, business card, and Talia seems like she believes him.
Exactly, great. So yes, Nick is explaining about the deal, about the business deal for endorsing the shoes. And he says that he was having breakfast, and when this woman appeared, right, Jackie Baker, they met, the past tense of meet, they met, se conocieron, they met. She introduced herself as the VP of Kick Shoes, right? She introduced herself, se presentó as the VP of Kick Shoes, the vice president for marketing, right? The marketing vice president. And she arranged a meeting. A meeting, una reunión, ¿no? En vez de book a meeting, reservar una reunión, she arranged a meeting. They arranged a meeting. Quedaron en una reunión, ¿no? Arreglaron una reunión. They arranged a meeting for the following day in her office, and then he shows the business card of Jackie Baker to Talia. Exactly. To arrange a meeting, they met. Okay, so Nick says, this is what happened. What does Talia think Nick will do next?
He will make up a false story.
Exactly. Because she's like, I don't want to hear another story or something like that. So she thinks that he'll make up a false story. Who's Jackie Baker?
A businesswoman from a shoe company.
Exactly. When and where did Jackie and Nick arrange to meet?
Next day at the Jackie's office.
Exactly. And what does Nick decide to do?
Give Talia Jackie's business card.
Yes. Okay. So what we're going to do now, for the grammar lesson, we're going to be taking a look at embedded questions. Now, this is honestly a really interesting lesson, and it's something many students struggle with. It's a grammar point that many students have problems with because it's different than in Spanish. We'll be taking a look at embedded questions. Let's see, I have a presentation for you. But let's also see what we have here in the book. Okay, let's start by seeing what we have here. Okay.
Hi, do you know what we're going to study today? Embedded WH questions. You're going to learn what they are.
Okay. For example, she starts by saying, do you know what we're going to be studying today? We're going to study embedded questions, and you're going to learn what they are. So she just used 2 embedded questions. Do you know what we're going to study today? You're going to learn what we are. We're going to see what they are. So basically, an embedded question is a question that is inside a sentence or inside another question. So for example, the receptionist can say, what are you talking about? Right? It's a question, it's a normal question. What are you talking about? It's just a question. It has the structure of a question. What are you talking about? When we have questions with the verb to be, we have the verb to be first, then the subject, and then whatever. But if the receptionist wants to have a sentence, this is a sentence, right? The second is a sentence. I don't know what you're talking about. So in this sentence, we have the question of what are you talking about inside a sentence. This is the question, right? Instead of saying, what are you talking about? I can say, I don't know what you're talking about. So this question of what are you talking about is inside a sentence, a negative sentence. And if you take a look at the grammar, what you're talking about doesn't have the structure of a question anymore because it's not a question, right? It's a sentence. What you are talking about, you are talking about. It's not are you, it's you are. So what you are talking about is an embedded question. This part here is an embedded question. Now, when do we use them? We often use them when we want to ask information and we want to be more polite. So for example, one way to ask for the time would be if you stop somebody on the street and you know, hey, what time is it? That's okay, but that's not polite, right? If you just go directly and you say, what time is it? It's kind of the same as in Spanish, right? Si vemos a una persona en la calle y le paramos, ¿qué hora es? No es amable, no? But if we say, excuse me, do you know what time it is? Perdón, ¿sabes qué hora es? That's a little bit more polite. Or excuse me, can you tell me what time it is? ¿Me puedes decir qué hora es? So that's more polite than just going directly with the question, what time is it? So we often use these embedded questions when we want to ask politely for more information. So for example, in this case, Talia says, excuse me, can you tell me where the gallery building is? So instead of going directly, where is the gallery building? She is being a little bit more polite. Can you tell me where the gallery building is? So the question of where is the gallery building is inside another question of can you tell me? So we have one question inside of another question. And we're only going to be seeing embedded questions that contain double HU questions. So what time is it? Where are you? Who are you? Why are you here? Can you tell me why you are here? Do you know what time it is? Or I know who you want. Can you tell me where Jackie Baker works? Can you tell me how much this costs? So these are WH questions, open questions, right? We're not looking at yes or no questions. So we are not seeing the grammar yet, but are you getting an idea of what these are and how they are used?
Yeah, I guess. It's like have 2 questions, but together.
Exactly. It's like 2 questions together, one inside of the other. Okay, notice that when we have embedded questions, we use the statement word order. So we don't use the order of the questions, right? So for example, where am I? This is a question. But if we make it an embedded question, do you know where I am? So I don't say where am I say where I am, because we have 2 questions, right? One is a question and the other is the sentence. Do you know where I am? So in this second question, I have 2 questions. Where am I? And do you know? So the second question, the embedded question, has the order of a sentence. I am. I'm not saying am I. Am I is the order of a question. I am is the order of a sentence. We don't use auxiliaries because the auxiliaries are only used in questions, but these are not questions. Who do you want? If I say, do I know who you want? This is a question, do I know? But since we have an unpaired question, we are not using the auxiliary anymore because this is the structure of a question. And in an unpaired question, we use the structure of a sentence. You want. We don't say, do you want? We say, you want. Do I know who you want? Do I know who you are? Do I know why you're here? So we use the structure of a sentence. What did you find out? ¿De qué te enteraste? ¿Qué encontraste? If I make it an unpaired question, it would be, can you tell me what you found out? So I'm keeping the same tense, the same person, the same verb, estoy manteniendo todo, pero como pasa de ser una pregunta, con la estructura de una pregunta, con el auxiliar, lo quito, ¿verdad? Porque pasa de ser una pregunta a una unpaired question que tiene el orden de una oración. What you found out. Entonces ya no tengo el auxiliar did acá, y el verbo, como no tengo el auxiliar did, pasa a ser pasado, ¿no? Porque esto está en tiempo pasado. Can you tell me what you found out? Entonces, we can have an unpaired question inside a statement or inside another question. When the unpaired question is inside a statement, we put a period at the end of the sentence. So when it's a sentence, we use periods. When it's not a sentence, we use question marks. I know what you want. Sé lo que quieres. I know what you want. We don't say, I know what do you want. No, ese es un error muy común. I know what do you want, está mal. Porque es una oración. I know what you want. Orden de oración. Cuando está dentro de otra pregunta, también sigue el orden de oración, pero como es pregunta, ponemos el question mark. Can you tell me what you want? ¿Me puedes decir lo que quieres? Can you tell me what you want? I don't say, can you tell me what do you want? Incorrecto. Can you tell me what you want? La estructura de una oración. So these are basically embedded questions. Okay, as a short introduction. Todavía no estamos viendo todo. Let's see my presentation. But do you have any questions so far?
No, no much.
Okay, let's take a look at this presentation. Okay, we have embedded questions. So basically, this is what I was telling you, right? Embedded question is a question that is included inside another question or inside a statement. They are common after introductory phrases such as, I wonder, could you tell me, do you know, can I ask you? So for example, if your professor is showing you your exam, or if the professor gives you your exam and you want to know what your mistakes are, you're not going to go directly and say, what are my mistakes? That's a little bit too aggressive. That's not too polite. But if you want to sound more polite, you can say, please, can you tell me what my mistakes are? So this question, what are my mistakes, is going to be inside another question of, can you tell me, right? And since it's an embedded question, pasa a ser una embedded question, la estructura se vuelve como una estructura de oración. No digo what are my mistakes, sino what my mistakes are. Primero el sujeto y luego el verbo, como toda oración. Acá es como toda pregunta. Primero el auxiliar y luego el sujeto. Let's see another example. It's a direct question and an embedded question. So as you can see, embedded questions are generally more polite than direct questions, son más amables. And they are usually questions included within another question or statement. So for example, instead of saying, what time is the meeting? You can say, can you tell me what time the meeting is? Puedes decir a qué hora es la reunión. The what time is the meeting pasa a ser what time the meeting is. Can you explain what Sarah wants? Instead of what does Sarah want, can you explain what Sarah wants? When did you start studying here? I would like to know when you started studying here. Entonces, oración, pregunta. So these are the differences. So what is the time? Can you tell me what the time is? When did you start? I'd like to know when you started. Mantenemos el tiempo, ¿no? Si es presente, presente, si es pasado, pasado. Y estas questions no estamos viéndolas todavía, así que digo. So, how can you put the words in the correct order to form an embedded question here?
I don't know. Who came to the party?
I don't know who came to the party. Instead of saying who came to the party, I don't know who came to the party. Do you know who came to the party? Okay. So yes, it's correct. I don't know who came to the party. Our next one. Okay. So what about the first one? Number 1. What sentence can you form?
I don't know how much got in the test.
Okay, I don't know how much I got in the test. Exactly. Solo tenemos un I, pero sería I don't know how much I got in the test. Okay, the second one.
Do you know what the professor said?
Do you know what the professor said? It's a question. Do you know what the professor said? Yeah. The third one.
I would like to know if you have taken any school assignments so far.
Exactly. I will. You have taken any school assignments so far? These are the yes/no questions, right? Have you taken any school assignments so far? I would like to know if you have taken any school assignments so far. Con los yes/no questions, do you or have you? Y no son WH questions like what, who, how. Con esos utilizamos el if, ¿no? Condicional. I'd like to know if you have taken any school assignments so far. I'd like to know if you want to come to my party. No, I was wondering if you have some time. Do you have some time? I was wondering if you have some time. Yeah. So, for example, in this case, we have to rewrite a direct question as an embedded question. This is an example. Where is the post office? Can you tell me where the post office is? You have to rewrite the question to make it sound more polite. What about these other questions? How can you rewrite?
Can you tell me where the administration office is?
Exactly. Can you tell me where the administration office is? Perfect. What about the second?
I wonder if you tell me which colors are demanded in the market mostly.
Ok. En este caso lo podríamos dejar tal cual, porque no hay ningún auxiliar, ¿no? De hecho, y la pregunta ya está en el orden de una oración. Careers are demand, ¿no? Sujeto, verbo y complemento. Ya está en ese orden, entonces no es necesario cambiar nada. Lo que sí, si decimos I wonder, como es un WH, no necesitamos el if. El if solo es para las yes, no questions, que se responden con sí y no. Este es un which, o sea, tenemos varias opciones. I wonder which careers are mostly demanded in the market. Wonder which careers are mostly demanded. No cambiamos la estructura porque la estructura ya es de oración, ¿no? Which careers are mostly demanded. Lo mismo pasa con los who. Por ejemplo, who are you? Si lo volvieras una unvetted question, ¿cómo sería?
Who are you?
Yeah, right. Another question. Creo que en este caso no, porque el sujeto es you. Entonces sería, I wanted to know who you are, por ejemplo. Quisiera saber quién eres. I wanted to know who you are. Entonces, si tuviéramos otra con who, por ejemplo, who did or who painted the Mona Lisa, ¿cómo sería esto en una unvetted question?
The same, who painted the Mona Lisa?
Este sí sería lo mismo porque no hay otro sujeto, ¿no? El sujeto es desconocido, por eso es un who. I need to know who painted the Mona Lisa. Do you know who painted the Mona Lisa? Who painted the Mona Lisa? So all of them have the same structure because it's already asking a sentence. Yeah? What about the next?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure when we will start taking practical lessons.
Exactly. I'm not sure when we will, ¿no? Por la estructura de oración. I'm not sure when we will start taking practical lessons. Del will we pasa a we will. I'm not sure when we will start taking practical lessons. Okay, yeah. Right. So let's imagine that you are a new employee. You're in your new job, your first day. What unvetted questions could you ask about your job or your workplace? Forget about the last part. So what questions would you ask and how would you ask them in unvetted questions? If you were new at your job place, what would you need to know?
Maybe, I don't know if you can tell me my schedule of this week.
Okay, exactly. I don't know if you can tell me my schedule of this week. Okay, exactly. Instead of, can you tell me my schedule for this week? I don't know if you can. Great. What about another question?
Can you explain me where maybe where the meeting is?
Exactly. Can you explain to me where the meeting is? El explain siempre para, si va a tener un objeto, explain to someone. So can you explain to me where the meeting is? Or can you tell me where the meeting is? El explain to me no es muy común. Can you tell me where the meeting is? Okay. Another question?
Can you tell me what will my work tomorrow?
Okay, are you sure? Can you tell me what will my work be tomorrow?
What my work will? I don't know. Yeah.
Can you tell me what my work will be tomorrow? No? ¿Cuál será? Can you tell me what my work will be tomorrow? Okay. Other questions?
I don't know if you can send me my new Gmail.
Okay. I don't know if you can send my new email to me. Siempre el send también. Send to you, send to me. Bueno, no necesariamente, ¿no? Send me your email, podría ser. Pero en este caso, I don't know if you can send me, está bien, I don't know if you can send me my new email. Okay, it's okay. I don't know if you can send me my new. Okay, great. Let's see. Now we're going to watch another video. And in this case, you're going to see how Talia and the people in the conversation use these embedded questions. Do you have any questions so far?
I'm not good.
Okay, let's see how they are used.
Hello, I'm here to see Jackie Baker.
I don't think I know that person. There's a Jack Baxter here. He's on the 3rd floor.
No, I'm here to see Jackie Baker. Miss Jackie Baker?
Sorry, there's no one here by that name.
This is the Gower Building, 119 Gower Street.
Yes, but like I said, there's no Jackie Baker here.
Well, maybe she used to work here. Did someone by that name ever work here?
I don't think so. I've been here for 10 years. 10 years too long, I might add. Someone named Jacob Banker used to work here. Funny. He was an architect, not a banker. Anyway, he was on the 2nd floor. Are you sure you're not looking for Jacob Banker?
No, I'm sure the name is Jackie Baker. She's a VP at Kick Shoes.
Now I really don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry, but I've never heard of Kick Shoes, and they're not in our directory. Are you sure you're in the right place?
No, I'm not sure where I am. In fact, I'm not sure about anything anymore.
Guys, so what's going on in this video now?
Talia went to a shoes company, supposedly shoes company, and then the secretary didn't know Jackie Baker, I guess, but the secretary says that she know Jacob Banker because she is working there 10 years ago, so she know everyone, and she doesn't have idea what Talia talking about, and then Talia seems like angry, yeah.
Exactly. Para decir no tiene idea es she has no idea. Para decir no tengo idea, I have no idea. You have no idea what you're talking about. She has no idea what Talia is talking about. No, she has no idea what Talia is talking about. No tiene idea de qué está dando Talia. She has no idea what. Este no se puede utilizar para decir ninguna idea, ¿no? No tienen, no sabe, tiene idea. Por ejemplo, I have no friends, a veces puede ser, ¿no? I have no friends. I have no space. No tengo espacio, I have no friends. En vez de I don't have friends, puede ser. I don't have space también. Pero para el no tener idea, siempre es she has no idea. She has no idea. She doesn't know what Talia is talking about exactly. So I think Talia went to see Jackie Baker here because probably the business card that Nick gave her had this direction, right? The Gower building. So she went to ask for Jackie Baker, and apparently nobody knows anything. Okay. Let's see in which are you the embedded question.
Hello, I'm here to see Jackie Baker.
I don't think I know that person.
I don't know how to do this.
There's a
Okay. Either way.
Jack Baxter here. He's on the 3rd floor.
No, I'm here to see Jackie Baker. Miss Jackie Baker?
Sorry, there's no one here by that name.
This is the Gower Building, 119 Gower Street.
Yes, but like I said, there's no Jackie Baker here.
Well, maybe she used to work here. Did someone by that name ever work here?
I don't think so. I've been here for 10 years. 10 years too long, I might add. Someone named Jacob Banker used to work here. Funny. He was an architect, not a banker. Anyway, he was on the 2nd floor. Are you sure you're not looking for Jacob Banker?
Right? Are you sure you're not looking for Jacob Banker? So are you sure you are not? It's just not like, are you not looking for?
No, I'm sure the name is Jackie Baker. She's a VP at Kick Shoes.
Now I really don't know what you're talking about.
Right? I really don't know what you're talking about. Instead of, I really don't know what are you talking about. That would be wrong.
I'm sorry, but I've never heard of Kick Shoes, and they're not in our directory. Are you sure you're in the right place?
Are you sure you are in the right place? She's not like, are you in the right place? That's a direct question. Are you sure you are not in the right place? Or you are in the right place?
No, I'm not sure where I am.
I'm not sure where I am, right? Instead of, I'm not sure where am I. That would be. Okay. So, based on that, let's see what we have. Do you have any questions so far about those embedded questions?
Yeah, and the last sentence, are you sure you are in the right place? Twice are?
Yes. Are you sure? Because one question is, are you sure? ¿Estás segura? And another question is, are you in the right place? No, both questions are with the verb to be. Both questions contain the verb to be. So if you put one inside the other, we have to maintain both verbs to be. Are you sure you are in the right place? Pero la segunda pasa a ser la embedded question, ¿no? Entonces se cambia el orden. En vez de are you in the right place, you are in the right place. Porque ya es solamente una pregunta, la principal, are you sure? En orden de pregunta. Y la otra, are you in the right place? Pasa a ser una embedded question. Entonces cambiamos el orden. En vez de you are, perdón, en vez de are you, you are. Pero son dos preguntas. Are you sure? Are you in the right place?
Okay.
Any other question?
No.
Okay, good. See. It says you have 5 interesting facts and you want to find the answers to 5 questions. Ask your partner one question beginning with do you know or can you tell me, I was wondering. Algo muy común es I was wondering. Me estaba preguntando, me preguntaba. I was wondering if you can tell me where the Gower building is. I was wondering if you want to have dinner tonight. Instead of do you want to have dinner tonight? I was wondering if you want to have dinner tonight. So do you know, can you tell me, I was wondering, I wonder. And then I will ask you other questions. So for example, it says, do you know what color appears most in flags of the world? Yes, it's the color red. Can you tell me how big Monaco is? So based on these facts, okay? So based on these facts, what embedded questions can you form? For the first one, for example, what question can you form?
Um, can you tell me what the size of New York city blocks is?
Exactly. Can you tell me what the size of New York City blocks is? Okay. But if we're talking about city blocks, they will be the size of these blocks are, right? Because it, okay. So it's about the size of the country Monaco. Now, what about the next one?
Can you tell me why the dolphins jump out of the water?
Exactly. Can you tell me why dolphins jump out of the water? When we talk about dolphins in general, si hablamos de los delfines en general, todos los delfines, we don't have to use them. We only use them when we're talking about something specific. So if we're talking about, let's say, the dolphins in one specific movie, then we can use the dolphins. But if we're talking about every single dolphin in the world, then only dolphins. Do you know why dolphins jump out of the water? Because it saves energy, right? Because it's easier to move through it. Same thing for all of the nouns, right? People are smart. Students tend to be lazy. Animals are cute. I don't say the animals, the students, or the people, right? Because I'm talking about things in general. Okay, what about the third?
Can you tell me what the what word is used in every language?
Exactly. Can you tell me what sound is used in every language? Yes. So the sound A is used in every language of the world, as in father. Okay. What about the next one?
Do you know how, I don't know, o sea, cuánto mide?
How tall?
How tall a giraffe is?
Do you know how tall a giraffe is when it's born? Yes, it's about 6 feet tall. What about the next one?
I was wondering what is the place where paper was first used?
Exactly. I was wondering where paper was first used instead of what is the place where paper was first used. Okay, great. What about this? If you wanted to know this information,
The answers?
no, if you want to ask about this information, you want to know this information, so you're going to ask better questions.
Okay. Excuse me, can you tell me what colors appears most in flags of the world?
It's already in the form of a sentence. Perfect. What about the next?
Can you explain to me what body part butterflies do taste with?
You don't have to use the do because it's the auxiliary used for questions.
Yeah. What body part butterflies taste with?
Exactly. Can you explain to me what body part butterflies taste with, right? Can you explain to me what body part butterflies taste with? Muy bien. What about the next one?
I was wondering what the only animal that has unique fingerprints is.
Exactly. I was wondering what the only animal that has unique fingerprints is. What about the next?
Can you tell me when it snowed in the Sahara Desert?
Okay. When it snowed in the Sahara Desert. ¿No? Para hablar de fenómenos climáticos, en español decimos llovió, hace frío, ni está nevando, sin necesidad de un sujeto, ¿no? Pero en inglés siempre con el it. It is snowing, it snows, it rains, it's cold, it's hot, it's cloudy, it's sunny. So, do you know when it snowed in the Sahara Desert? Okay. Next one.
Do you know what Queen Victoria's first language?
The verb.
What first language was?
I'm sorry? First language was, right? Do you know what Queen Victoria's first language was? Do you know who she was? Do you know what her favorite dish was? Do you know what, I don't know, what she wanted to do? Exactly. Any questions now? Is it all clear?
Yeah, no, I don't have questions.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to see some vocabulary. Let's see what we have here, verbs and nouns. So in the video, Nick refers to agent for commercial endorsements. An agent for commercial endorsements. The noun endorsement is related to the verb endorse. Endorse, endorsement. Look at the nouns below, click on the label to see the meanings of these nouns. When you're sure you understand all the nouns, do the exercise. Do you know the verb that is related to each noun below? Type the verb into the blank. So honestly, this is a really important thing to be able to distinguish nouns, verbs, and adjectives. You have other types of words as well, because most of the time they come from the same root, right? So for example, let's say the word okay, criticism. So, or let's say another one. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I mean, every word, criticism. Right, criticism comes from critic. So critic or to critique can be a verb, right? I'm not going to critique. Criticism, críticas, right? That's the noun. Critique, that's the verb. And it can also be another noun as critic, como un crítico, ¿no? I am a critic, soy un crítico. You are a very critical person, también una persona que critica mucho. Because you have a lot of words that come from the same root, meaning desde la misma raíz. And that allows you to expand your vocabulary very quickly by just learning the word roots. And then you can realize if it's a noun, if it's a verb, and you have learned more words, right? Just by understanding what critic is, criticism, you already know that it's a noun. So you already know what it's about at least. Right? If you know develop, si ya sabes qué significa develop, y luego ves development, ya sabes que este ment usualmente están con los nouns, ¿no? Announcement, development, endorsement. Entonces, sabes que ese ment es un noun. Así que development es simplemente el noun de develop. Si develop es desarrollar, entonces el sustantivo de desarrollar va a ser desarrollo. Entonces, aprendiendo una palabra announce, ya sabes que announcement es el noun de announce, anuncio. Entonces, eso es muy importante. Let's see the meanings of these words, and let's see what the other forms of the word is. So, do you know what the word analysis means?
Yeah, it's like review like a detailed way, something.
Yes. It's like, yes, a review of something, an examination, a reflection of something, in order to understand it better. And then you have the verb, to analyze, right? You can analyze something or you can make an analysis. So the verb analyze is to examine something, and analysis is the examination, ¿no? Lo mismo con examine, examinar y examination. Again, the verb announce, do you know what it means?
Yeah, maybe it's related to advertising.
Yes, no, not always though. No es un anuncio, ¿no? Ese es un advertising or un ad. Pero announce,
Maybe an important thing that you have to transmit to other people.
okay, and well, to announce is the verb, it's the verb to say something, right? Decir algo, anunciar algo. To officially and publicly tell people about something, to announce. Or you can make an announcement. I am going to announce my wedding today, my engagement today. I am going to make an announcement about my engagement. No lo mismo, engage, engagement. Casi todos tienen announce, announcement, ¿no? Entonces, an announcement, un anuncio, pero no anuncio en la forma de advertising. Un anuncio de comercial de un producto es un advertisement. Lo mismo, ¿no? Advertise es anunciar, publicar algo. Advertisement es un anuncio en el contexto de business, ¿no? En este caso, este es un anuncio cualquiera, no es business, ¿no? Announce, decir algo, anunciar algo, y announcement, un anuncio. En español existe el anuncio de un comunicado y el anuncio de advertising, ¿no? Entonces, en inglés no. Announcement siempre es un comunicado y advertisement es un anuncio de comercial. Entonces, announce, announcement. ¿Entienden? ¿Is that okay? Yes, is it?
Yeah.
All right. Do you know what it means to appoint?
Yeah, it's like when you choose employee.
Exactly. When you choose an employee. An appointment is the act of choosing an employee. Right? The assistant principal appointed Yusuf to lead the committee. Entonces, chose Yusuf to lead the committee. The president has been giving a lot of thought to the appointment of a new department head. Pero también puede ser un appointment, puede ser una cita, ¿no? Por ejemplo, I have a doctor appointment. I have an appointment at the salon. Tengo una cita en el salón. Puede ser también. Pero en este caso, el verbo appoint, elegir a alguien, appointment, la elección. Bien. Do you know what? Acá creo que está. Aquí se han confundido, ¿no? Aquí combine era el verbo. Combine, combinar, ¿verdad? To mix something. To combine. Y combination is a noun. Two or more things that are used or put together. Dos cosas que son puestas juntas, que son combinadas. So combine, el verbo to combine. Y el noun, combination. I am going to combine a red sofa with green cushions. That combination turned out to be non-elegant. No? I combined a red sofa with green cushions. Combiné un sofá rojo con cojines verdes. That combination turned out to be not elegant. Esa combinación resultó no ser elegante. Combined combination. Then we have criticize. criticize and criticism. Do you know what those words mean?
Yeah. I don't know also in English, but critical.
Exactly. It's like the act of judging, juzgar, judging. Criticize, criticism. Exactly. Criticism can be positive or negative. It doesn't necessarily have to be negative, right? It's not always negative. Develop and development.
Yeah, it's like a grow something, like a development of Bolivia or something like that.
Exactly. Desarrollo, desarrollar. So to develop is the verb. I'm developing a new strategy for cracking the TOEFL test. That development is going to be revolution. Exactly. Endorse, endorsement. You know what those mean?
No.
Endorse is like, well, in business world is like promote, ¿no? En el sentido de business es como promocionar, pero no solamente en business, en cualquier cosa. To officially say that you approve of someone or something, ¿no? So you promote, you favor something. So let's say doctors endorse, or dentists endorse, I don't know, let's say, endorse the idea of brushing our teeth 3 times a day, let's say. So doctors endorse the idea of brushing our teeth 3 times a day. So it's not necessarily business, right? But they also support that idea. They support the idea of brushing our teeth 3 times a day. Or it can be in the business world. Nick was endorsing the shoes. So Nick was promoting the shoes. Doctors promote the idea of brushing our teeth 3 times a day. So it's promocionar, no? Promote. What about the press? Or well, in this case, it's a verb, to press.
Presionar.
Presionar, right? To push something with our finger to make a machine to do something. So you usually press buttons. No siempre se presionan los botones. You have to press this button. You have to press the doorbell. And pressure is presión, right? An attempt to make someone to do something by using influence, threats, when you're pressuring something. It could also be a verb. You're pressuring me. You're putting too much pressure on me. Exactly. Then we have propose and proposal. Do you know what those mean?
Proponer.
Exactly. Proponer and proposal is a propuesta. Right? So when you propose something, you suggest something. It's like suggest, suggestion. You propose something, you make a suggestion, and that suggestion is a proposal. React and reaction.
Maybe the behavior that you have after something.
Exactly, like the behavior that you have after something happens to you. So the way that you react, the way that you respond to that stimuli. So to behave in a particular way because of what someone has done or said to you. And reaction is that way that you are behaving, right? Your behavior. It's the same as behave, behavior. So something that you feel or do because of what has happened to you or being said to you. What was her reaction when you told her? What was Talia's reaction? Talia seemed upset. And finally, we have recommend and recommendation. Do you know what those mean?
Like advice.
Exactly, like giving advice. Recommend is kind of the same as suggest. Yes. And recommendation is that suggestion, that advice. Do you have any questions so far?
No.
All right, good. So let's see if you can remember the verbs of these nouns. We have the first one, it's analysis. Do you remember what the verb was?
Analyze.
To analyze, exactly. We have proposal. Do you remember the verb?
Propose.
Propose. We have criticism. Do you remember the
Critic, yeah.
Criticize, right? Criticize. Pressure,
Press,
press. Reaction,
react,
react. Announcement,
announce,
no. Combination,
combine,
combine. Development,
develop,
develop. Appointment
appoint,
and recommendation.
recommend.
So yes. So this is important because this allows you to kind of have an idea of how nouns usually end. For example, that ism is very common. Criticism, communism, I don't know, many of them, many nouns end in that SM. Same thing with pressure, right? Pressure, future, culture, all of those are nouns. Todos esos son nouns. Nunca va a haber un verbo o un adjetivo que termine en ese forma. Reaction, esto es lo más común, ¿no? Por eso cuando uno trata de imitar el inglés, le pone el "tion" a todo, porque esos son los nouns. Reaction, combination, appreciation. I don't know, there's so many with Sean. Lo mismo con el ment, announcement, development, appointment, aquí ya tenemos 3. There are many, many more. Aquí está otro con Sean, con ment y más Sean, recommendation, presentation. So yes, entonces ese ment, Sean, and short, or, they are really common when we have nouns. And verbs tend to, well, verbs are a little bit more, they are not that, they don't follow a pattern. But I think that nouns, yes, they usually follow different patterns. So let's see, let's submit our, we did. Okay, we have 8 out of 10, maybe my spelling, right? So analyze is wrong. Recommend es con doble M, ¿no? Aquí se me equivoqué. Recommend. Analyze. I think I'm spelling it wrong, right? It's with a Y. So it's a spelling, but I don't know if we can check the correct answers. So yes, me equivoqué acá, es con la Y, and recommend is with double M. Okay, but you were right about it. About the nouns. Okay, Adri. So what do you think? Do you have any questions so far as to what we did today?
No, teacher, but can you send me the slides of the questions, please?
Yeah, of course, I'll send it to you. I can send them to you now if you want.
And the quiz is on Thursday.
Thursday will be our quiz. And I'm also going to assign you some homework through our platform.
Okay.
Right, here you go.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, perfect, Adri. Then I'll see you tomorrow.
And the survey?
Yes, I always forget this every video. I know. Thank you for reminding me. That's really nice. Thank you so much.
Okay, done. Thank you, teacher. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.